Here's a question. How do we make electric trucks more approachable, easier to get into, easier to transition to? Welcome to Trucking Sustainably. I'm your host, Jason Morgan. We're here at ACT Expo 2024. We're going to talk with Charles Carter, Vice President, Service and Solutions, Volvo Financial Services, about Volvo On Demand, a new trucks as a service program that aims to answer that very question. Let's see what we can learn. So Charles, Volvo announced Volvo On Demand, trucks as a service. What does it mean? What is trucks as a service, and how might this differ from a traditional leasing program?
Thank you for that, Jason. Volvo On Demand is the easiest way for customers to adopt the VNR electric truck. We consult with customers closely to learn their operations. From that, we customize a Volvo On Demand offer, a flexible arrangement, minimal terms of 12 months or longer, a usage-based offer with minimal investment up front. And from that, customers gain the flexibility to test out the electric in their operations.
Right. Well, can you tell me a little bit about that total cost of ownership and how that compares to kind of the traditional purchase or leasing?
Sure,
how do I figure out all that?
Well, Volvo On Demand is a complete offer. We're packaging together not just the VNR electric truck, but the industry-leading gold contract for service and maintenance, incentives, charging solutions, even physical damage insurance, which makes a nice, seamless package. With that, we're also taking away risks that are in a traditional leasing, like residual risk. We're also requiring very little or minimal upfront investment to get into the program. And so that really takes away a lot of the traditional challenges around making the adoption to electric.
Right, well, and going back to it, I do want to touch on the flexibility, because even for me, it's a little difficult to wrap my head around what this all means, right? So if I'm looking at getting a VNR electric, trucks as a service, to your point, a 12-month, let's say just 12-month contract, right? So that means for 12 months, I can try them out, I can put them to work. This isn't like a 6 or 8 year commitment. I can just step right into it.
And I think what's neat about Volvo On Demand is we have that option. If you want a 6-year commitment, we can do that. Yeah. But we know customers want to try this out organically, understand how it works in their operations. So we do have the shorter terms like 12 months. Along with that, if a customer really likes it after 12 months, we have a built-in capability to extend or renew, or even facilitate purchase if that's where the customer wants to go. And all of that is underpinned by a really unique usage-based component. The customer is rewarded for being productive with the truck. The more they drive it, the less the cost per mile. Yeah. And so that's a really unique feature in our industry.
Okay, well, we've talked with Volvo a lot about consulting on the equipment side, consulting on the infrastructure side. What does this mean for the financial side? I mean, I imagine that means we're in a relationship, we're talking more often. It's not like hey, see you in 12 months, right? Yeah,
absolutely. And we go arm in arm, the finance company with Volvo Trucks, to be closer to the customer than ever, to understand what's the application of the equipment. What is that transport mission, and how can we tailor Volvo On Demand to that? And so that's how we arrive at, what is the minimum mileage the customer needs this truck for over a set period of time, whether that is 12, 24, 36 months, and how they want to explore electrification. And along with that, we've targeted very affordable entry-level payment levels with Volvo On Demand to make sure we're going to get that adoption from customers, and it's going to draw their interest.
Yeah, well, I want to go back to something you said earlier on the charging infrastructure, because we all know this is the sticky wicket in the electric truck operation. What does that mean on the Volvo On Demand and trucks as a service? How do you bring that to me? I mean, it's an affordable entry point, but what about charging?
Yeah, charging is absolutely critical. There's no electrification without the charging, as we all know. That being said, we have set arrangements to provide charging solutions in Volvo On Demand, whether that's mobile chargers with our direct ship type program or turnkey charging solutions for larger installations. All of that is available through our turnkey programs, and we will bundle that into a single invoice, a single payment, a consolidated ease of use for the customer when it comes to Volvo On Demand.
Right, and I don't want to downplay or make it seem simple that you deliver the truck, but that's something that in the fleet world we're used to, that infrastructure part of like, how do I charge this? Because you mentioned getting into it, it is a huge investment on the purchase side, but yeah, being able to work with you and deliver on the charging side on this side is interesting.
No, it's incredibly important.
Okay, so it seems that it's kind of like a gateway, a stepping stone. I'm interested in the VNR electric, I'm interested in the battery electric world. Do you see this as a gateway toward leasing or purchasing, or is trucks as a service a long-term solution?
Well, I think we have a portfolio of solutions today, and this is an additional solution. It's another arrow in the quiver, so to speak. But it will help drive that adoption because now the ease of entry is better. As we've said, limited upfront investment, shorter terms, no residual value to be concerned about. Volvo's taking that risk out of the equation or that concern out of the equation. So all of those features make it much easier for the customer to step in with a minimal mileage commitment per month. And then the pay-per-use features really help them drive the value further as they use the equipment more.
Okay, so let's say I'm a fleet, I'm ready to step in. What kind of conversation do I need to have with you on? What do you need to know from me? Application, anything like that to get rolling?
Yeah, of course. We do have applications. The first conversation is always with your VFS district finance manager, your local dealer, and your Volvo truck salesperson, who are all becoming well-versed in Volvo On Demand. And from there, we'll consult and begin that scenario to get much closer to your operations and your needs and really create that customized and tailored Volvo On Demand solution.
So could you have made this easier? I mean, this seems like a great, so what, I just come, you take all the risk, we figure out the rates, and off we go for electric trucks, right?
I think, Jason, you take that as more confirmation how committed Volvo Group, Volvo Trucks North America, and VFS are to the transformation and the adoption of electric, and really the Together Towards Zero.
Right. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jason. It's a pleasure.
Thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next Trucking Sustainably.